Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformers Legacy Evolution Prime Universe Leader Class Skyquake. Finally, I have a Skyquake figure. Now, I did not want this figure. I will say that because of the fact that I don't like this thing. It's the best Prime figure that we've gotten so far, but let's be honest here, in Legacy, Prime got very ruined because of just all the inaccuracies. Bulkhead is not a military truck. No matter how you look at it, that's not what he is. RC does not look like that. And Skyquake, they get his personality across, as you could say. However, he doesn't have really heels, so I hate that too about this figure. But like, they still did not get it fully right because the chest is too flat. Let's just see what we're working with, shall we? So, coming in here closer, we have the beautiful head sculpt of Skyquake, looking actually pretty accurate to the show model overall. And the only reason that I own this thing is because the Prime Skyquake was so difficult to get. Like, I don't own one, that's why I have this thing. But yeah, you got the nice red eyes in there as well. You have the big shoulder. I like these big shoulders as well. You got the flat chest, which really feels flat, but has a nice Decepticon symbol here. Nice clear yellowish, orangish window. Then we got some nice red here on the forearms. We got some nice silver here on the knees. We have feet that have no real ankles because you have the thrusters, but they aren't big enough to really hold up the back, so he likes to just fall over. And this is what he looks like from the back side. Not too bad, to be honest, given that Jetformers normally can look very much worse. But normally Jetformers have like the whole jet on the back, so it is pretty cool that they actually were able to kind of get this done. However, it is a leader class figure, so I would expect that. And he's got a big gaping hole here. His head's supposed to go in there, I think, but I just noticed that there's a big gaping hole in the back. But overall, he is a nice looking figure outside of the fact that he has certain inaccuracies to Prime. But this is kind of like a combination of Prime and G1, so that they maybe can use it again for like a G1 Skyquake or something like that. But I'll forgive them because at least they gave it the attempt. So let's look at the weapons that he comes with, because even though he may not be very Prime, his weapons kind of are. He comes with a sword. Also, I don't know which one of these two came first. Either it was Dreadwing or Skyquake. I think Skyquake came first, which is the opposite of how it happened in Prime. Anyway, we got this nice clear plastic sword, which I think looks very, very pathetic, if I'm being honest there. But he can hold it in his hand if you want him to. There's a little thing sticking out. Seems like he can only hold it in this hand because of the fact that there's a little thing sticking out blocking it from going in there. And that's not all, because also he comes with his Gatling gun, or at least Skyquake, Dreadwing's Gatling gun. Because I don't know if we ever saw... No, we did see him use it. Because Skyquake only appeared in one episode, then got killed, and then his dead corpse appeared in the rest of the show. In the Shadow Zone. In the Shadow Realm. Now what you can do with this thing is either one, you can just plug it into his hand like this and have him hold it like so, or you can do what they did in the show and use it underhandedly. He can't really hold it all that well, like it's more of a loose connection, but you can actually do that as well. And if you don't want to do that, you can also tap it here or here in the back as well. And if you don't like the sword, like me, because the sword looks very much, I mean, it's clear plastic, I hate it to begin with. I couldn't even rotate it. What you can do is you can fold this piece back in, and then you see this gaping hole. Yeah, you can just like push it in like so, and have it completely blend in. Now he can hit people with a Gatling gun if he needs it to. But yeah, this kind of blends in. I mean, it's not perfect blending, but you know, sometimes you just don't complain about how it blends in. But there you go, that's the weapons that he comes with. Sadly enough, he does not come with a lot more. So, let's just remove the weapon here so we can get into the articulation segment. So his head can do a full 360 and can also look up and down as well if you want to. Do you like Transformers Prime? Oh, he does. Do you like animated? Oh, he doesn't. I love animated, by the way. And then his shoulder pads can actually move out of the way to accommodate arm articulation going forward and back until the wing blocks it. It also has a ratcheted, soft ratchet outward movement. I don't like how that ratchet sounds. Then you have a bend at the elbow. However, you have a double bend at the elbow, so the elbow can go pretty far. However, the second one is a bit tighter, and I get the feeling that that one is meant for transformation. Also, if you undo something in here, I don't know. But also, he has a butterfly joint as well, very nice. And his hand cannot move, but it can rotate though. It can rotate, but it cannot move up and down or in and out because of the fact that that is meant for transformation and you got a panel blocking it. However, you can get some inward movement if you put the panel out of the way, this panel here. Then for his waist, he has waist rotation. The first prime figure so far that I've looked at that actually has a waist rotation, at least what I can remember. So he has a waist rotation. His legs can go forward, ratcheted, backwards, ratcheted, in and out, ratcheted as well. Rotation up here. You got a bend at the knee, double joint bend at the knee, very nice. And then his feet, his toe can move up and down, and you have a little bit of ankle tilt. So you can get this guy into some poses, but then you better be able to. I mean, this guy is modern, right? However, he does also feel that... Don't fall, Skyquake. But yeah, but you can get him into some poses if he wants to stand, because that seems to be his main issue. I also don't like the click here, because you either have this or you have this, so it's a little bit outward. You don't get a straight leg, sadly enough. So, now that we're done with that, let's just go into the size comparison. And since I do not have the original figure, better just bring in his brother. So here we have Dreadwing, his little brother, and my goodness. Yeah, this is kind of what he's supposed to look like. That is what he looks like. And both of these have issues, by the way. Because for me, back here, this thing broke. Years ago it broke. And it actually broke on the attachment point. I mean, I could still like place it in here and just pray that it sits there. And by the way, I can't glue this on because you need to rotate it for transformation. But I can basically just sit it there and hope that it stays on. But it's not like any of the clear plastic bits broke, which, you know, usually kind of happens. It's this thing that broke for some reason. But here's what they look like together. So I like to see Skyquake as Dreadwing's big brother. And this is what they look like from the back together. I overall like... Which one do I like more out of these two? Well, that's the thing. I like this one more because it's more accurate. But I like this one more because it's more, like, durable, I think. So, with that being said, let's get the rest of the gang in here, shall we? So, here we got the other Decepticons with him. And he looks very out of place. I mean, just look at it. His square chest, it's like he kind of fits, but it's kind of like, which one of these is the imposter? It's that one. But it's my only choice for Skyquake, so I didn't really have a choice about that one. But he does overall look pretty nice with the rest of the gang. Well, he does also feel out of place. It's mainly his chest, for me, that really makes him feel out of place. So I will get these guys out of the way. Let's move you in here closer, lower this camera a little bit. And let's go into that transformation. So let's transform Skyquake into his jet mode. So what you want to start off with is you want to angle these backwards to get them out of the way. After that, you want to open this up. Grab your part separator if you have it, or if you have nails, you could work down that one too. And then come in here and open it up. And then rotate the hand a little bit. And then fold it in. And also push this panel all the way into the back. Which, if this was a Voyager class figure, this little panel here wouldn't have existed. So it's nice that they included that. And when you've done that, what you want to do is you want to double hinge this piece on top of the arm. So, you just do this, and there you go. So let's hope I show that off. Here we go. So you do this, then you push it down, and there you go. After that, what you can do is come to the back of the legs here. Take this fin here, rotate it around, and also rotate it on here. And then this tab here is going to slide into that slot right there. Just want to take it, line it up, tab it in, do the same thing on the other side. as you always should. What you do then is you want to take this and slide this out. So what you want to do then is you want to rotate the waist sideways for a bit more clearance. Then you want to take these pieces here and push them out a bit. Also push in this part. And what you want to do here is you want to take these wings, you want to fold them a bit out of the way, and then, okay, get these arms out of the way. There you go. And just rotate them around like so. There you go. Then, but you needed to rotate the waist in order to get that clearance. Next up, what you want to do is you want to rotate these pieces around, and then tilt his head up a little bit in order for this to perfectly slide over, and also fold these pieces here forward like so. But you want to slide this over, and this will sit in that little notch right there. Then I'll take out the nose cone, and you can flip the landing gear back in if it came out. There we go. We are starting to be looking at a little bit more of a jet now. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate the waist back to its original position. Then you can rotate this piece, these two pieces here around like so. Also fold this up to kind of get it out of the way. But make sure that it's rotated up, and then also push these things up and together like so. Tap them together down here. And then there is a tiny little tab that's going to go into a notch in there. So you basically just want to take it and push it in like so. Also get these arms under here. And as you can see, there are two tabs here that are going to slide into two holes on this side. So you basically want to take them and put them together like so. Then what you want to do, make sure that this is all the way slid out, because when we tabbed them together, we created a new tab, and we... Oh, there you go. You want to basically rotate this down and in... Yeah, why not? In here, there's a little slot that this is going to tab into. So make sure that it's all the way pushed down, and push until you hear a click. Also, grab this thing here and just put it back where it is supposed to go. Which this part I will probably just cut out. Rotate the wings up to get them out of the way. Then we are going to be starting to work on some of the leg action. So what you want to do with the legs, you want to rotate them up, or rotate them out like so. And as you can see, there's a hollow cavity here that this is going to go into. So basically you want to rotate it around. So rotate it like so, rotate it like so, rotate it like so, and there we go. Then you have a tab here that is going to slide into that slot. So you basically want to make sure that everything is kind of aligned. You want to drop this down and line up the tab with slot like so. Do the same thing on the other side. So line it up like so. And then fold these back wings here up also. Then you can take this and double hinge it inside of itself. And what you want to do then is you want to basically take these pieces here and just push them in. That was a lot more difficult than I thought. And then for the final bit, what you can do is you can come back here, and as you can see, the feet are basically still out, just like how they were in robot mode. You can do a funny pose with that. However, if you want to, you can also just fold them in. And I think that works out a lot better. And after everything has been said and done, you can also fold out the landing gear. Let's just do that. Here we have Skyquake in his jet mode. So here we have Skyquake in his jet mode, and my goodness, does he look actually pretty good. He doesn't look fully accurate, and apparently also he has a compatibility with another figure whose name I forgot. But he has compatibility with another figure, because I think that's what these two tabs up here are for. You can just slot him on, but I do not have that one. So we are looking at this without him, and my goodness, overall, it is a nice looking jet. I mean, you can see the green and the red kind of balancing each other out very nicely. I do like the design of this jet a lot. It does look more like the Prime version. It does also kind of take away its own like G1 isms, but then it's like it still has some of it. And on the underside, it's just a regular jet underside where you have the robot basically being there. However, he covers himself up pretty well, as you can see. I mean, you got his feet basically poking out the back, but that's about it. His arms are basically covered because they're here. And also he has some nice like silverish detail on the underside here. this is a nice figure to look at. As a Prime fan, I'm not too excited about this thing, but also as someone who wants to own, as a Prime fan who wants to own a Skyquake, I am a fan of this thing. So he looks pretty nice. Now then, for weapon storage, you have 2 tabs up here, one over here and one over here that this can pop into. Or if you want to, oops, my apologies, Skyquake. You have the wing ports over here, or you have the leg ports over here. You have a lot of options. Too bad you can't just fold this up and just plug it in somewhere in here. It would have been nice if you could have just plugged it in here, because normally when you have something like this, it's usually at the front and not at the back here. More like the middle, because there's not 2 of them. Or, well, I mean, you do have this, I guess, so... Yep, there is something here. I apologize for my inconsistency. However, it does look like he will very much is attracted to Arachnid, though. He just saw Arachnid. Let's get that out of here as well. So we can move into, because this thing is just basically a brick. The wheels don't roll because they're fake. They are fake wheels. So let's just go straight into size comparison. And the only real thing that I have for this guy is the rest of the Decepticons, so we shall be getting them out shortly. So here we have Skyquake with the rest of the Decepticons, and they are looking mighty fine together. I mean, you got 2 weird ones basically sticking out like a sore thumb, and yeah, that is a bit of an annoyance. I mean, you got 2 Cybertronian forms, what do you want, huh? I mean, you technically have 3, but I don't know if this counts. I mean, this could also be kind of like a drone, so it's a bit of an in-betweener. But like, Shockwave, that is not an Earth mode tank. And Megatron, I love you, but that is not a Earth mode jet. But overall, like I said, they do look good together. So let's get them out of the way so we can get into the brothers. So let's have a little bit more of an up-close on the differences between these 2. And here you can kind of see where the accuracies are, like these wings on the side. And also the inaccuracies are, like this bed is like too flat here. But I guess that is also because of the fact that the attachment needs to happen, because repurposing is fun. However, this guy doesn't really hide his hands away all that well. Sadly enough, he just has his hands poking her out in the back. And this Skyquake hides overall everything pretty well. I mean, the feet are basically hanging off here, but technically they are hanging out the back here as well, so... Overall, I like them both. I also like, in my headcanon, they also scan different jet modes. It's like the Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus kind of thing. But that's just me in my own head. And also because of the fact, I will accept this as Skyquake, but I would never buy this figure as Dreadwing. Because Dreadwing actually appeared in the show for an extended period of time. And then he got killed because, I don't know why. Like, it was Dreadwing or Starscream. Man, that was that episode. However, Skyquake only appeared in 1 episode, then was a zombie in another one, and that was basically it. So let's get you out of the way, so we can get Skyquake in here, so we can get into the reverse transformation. So let's get Skyquake back into his robot mode. So what I like to start off with is untap these side pieces and fold them out, just to kind of get them out the way. Then come back here and untap the, not that. Oh, hey, this tabbed in there as well. I didn't know that the wing actually tabbed. Oh, no, wait, I did. Shh. Untap these wings from here and get them out of the way as well. Then, with these legs, fold up the landing gear, and then rotate these legs out and rotate it around. This did not want to come with. Come on. There you go. Rotate it around and fold it down. Then you can fold out the feet if you have folded them in. And then rotate this up. And then there's a little tab here that goes to the slot right there. So the tab, then untab it here, rotate it around and tab it in like so. To kind of fill in the gap there. What you want to do is you want to untab these side pieces here. Rotate his waist off to the side. So we can kind of start rotating this that way. And then rotate his waist back as you do. Then what you want to do is you want to undo the arms and rotate them up. Get these wings still out of the way. Keep this rotated like this. That way, until we're done, we're officially done with the wings. Split the arms and rotate them out like so. All the way out like so. Then you can take the nose cone, untab it, keep the head there. And then untap the front piece here as well from in here and rotate this in. And then collapse this all the way in on itself while also getting these green pieces out of the way. So collapse this in on itself. Rotate this up. And now we can rotate the waist around. And then fold this up on the slider. And also basically make sure that the nose cone gets in there as well. I can't get this further out the way. There you go. But make sure that the nose cone tabs into there. I wanted to check out if that is indeed what I needed to do, and that was indeed what I needed to do. Then you need to open this up. Then you want to rotate this around. So rotate this around. And then what you can do is you can open up the cockpit so that this can go under the cockpit. This green piece here can go under the cockpit. And then you want to tab everything kind of together up here. Make sure that this is all straight and keep it like so. Put the head down again. Rotate the arms in. Your arms do not want to go down. They want to go up, but they don't want to go down. I don't like that. So what you want to do then is you want to fold out the hand and then grab the green piece back here and just, there's a tab here, slot there. You know how tabs and slots work. You want to tab it into the slot and extend the arm as well. Do the same thing on the other side. Extend the arm or pull it off, because I think this was actually the arm that got shot off in that Shadow Zone episode. And if I did everything correctly, and we're gonna push him back a little bit, here we have Skyquake back in his robot mode. Alright, final thoughts time. But before we do that, I wanted to show something off because I just realized that this exists as well. I don't know how he's supposed to hold it though. But this exists as well, so he can kind of hold it like this. So, there you go. I just noticed a ball joint there, so if to the people who are gonna say like, oh, he didn't show it off. Well, I have, so there you go. This is a weird one for me personally, because while on one side it is overall a good figure, on the other side, well, it's also a good figure, but the problem is just, if I see this as Prime Skyquake, I see the problems with it. So that's kind of the issue that I have with it. I think this is a very good figure. Hasbro did a really good job with it. However, I hate the fact that he has no heels, and that's my biggest problem. But outside of that, I will say that the biggest problem with this figure is just the fact that it's like they G1ified the Prime design, and I don't really like that. But they did the best that they could, so there you go. Would I recommend this figure? That's where we come into a small problem, because I don't know who you are. Do you like Transformers Prime? If yes. Do you like Skyquake? If yes, then I would say, yeah, sure, why not? If you're trying to complete a Prime collection, yes. However, I do not know what the original figure costs. The Transformers Prime Voyager class Skyquake figure. Because if you want a Skyquake figure from Prime, I would recommend you go for that one. However, if you are in the mood for a good figure, there are still better figures out there than this one. But this is a fine figure. The main issue is just, he has no heels, so he likes to fall over. But I would say, if you want him, get him. It's not a bad figure. It's just not to my taste. But with that being said, that has been my review of Transformers Legacy Evolution Prime Universe Leader Class Skyquake. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!